Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the Trempealeau County Fair. I am the Trempealeau County Council of the American Legion Commander, and I am Brian Leo. At this time, I'd like to invite Patrick McBride to give the opening prayer for a safe and successful fair. Please stand for the invocation.
Our Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessings of this day and the joy of gathering as a community. As we open the fair, we ask your presence be among us. Bless the hands that have prepared, the hearts that have served, the families who have come to enjoy. Grant safety to all, kindness in our interactions, and gratitude for the abundance we celebrate. May this fair reflect the best of our country, our spirit, our unity, and our care for one another. In your holy name we pray, amen.
Please be seated. At this time, the posts are going to bring in their colors from all the posts. I'll let you know who the posts are. And then when the American flag comes in, I will let you know if you're able to stand, to please stand for the national anthem. Right after the national anthem, we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and then I'll have you guys sit again and rest and listen to me for the rest of the night. I'm just kidding. Post the colors. Arcadia, post 17. Blair, post 231. Eliva, post 459. Ettrick, post 354. Galesville, post 101. Independence, post 186. Osseo, post 324. Whitehall, post 191. At this time, if able, please stand for our nation's colors.
Present.
As I said before, welcome to the Trempealeau County Fair. The rain gave you guys a little chance to, I guess, get your cattle a little bit dirty today, and so you had to clean them up and your other animals. So I think it's going to be a great weekend. One of my thoughts for the day is if opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Get it? Our Trempealeau County Fair Committee has made those big decisions, and they make them every year, and this fair is getting better and better every year. They've been planning and meeting for the past year to do their best. Members, please stand and be recognized. The committee members are President Joel Halderson, Vice President Kellen Nelson, Secretary Sarah Halderson, Treasurer Julie Kishner, Director at Large Dwight Carney, Brad Goplin, Adam Goza, Brian Walski, Samantha Ide, and Angela Courier, Dave Lingen. Please give them a round of applause. Some of the things that they have done to keep the fair reasonably inexpensive. Admission is $5 a day or $15 for the entire weekend. 5 and under are free. Carnival rides, where you ride all day for $15. That's an awesome price. Here's some of the lineup for this weekend. The grandstand entrance is $15. Thursday night, Rice Rodeo Bulls and Barrels. Friday, truck and tractor pull at 7:30. Saturday, junior livestock auction at 4 p.m. and demolition derby at 6 p.m. The fair will also have a lot of area bands every day, such as the Rhythm Playboys, Hillbilly Fever, Larry's Drifters, Leather and Lace, Troubleshooters, 6 to Midnight, and Sage. This is just a snapshot of what is happening this weekend. You can find a lot of this information on Trempealeau County Facebook. You can look on the front page of the Add to Light and the Arrow Shopper. Also, WTCO will be here 3 days where you can register to win some awesome prizes. I do want to tell you a little bit about the American Legion since we kind of do the opening ceremonies. It won't be very long, but I just want to tell you a couple quick notes. And we are always looking for new members. If able to stand and you are a veteran, please stand up. Veterans, please stand up. Thank you. In 1919, the American Legion was formed on 4 pillars. Thank you. Veterans Affairs and Rehabilitation, National Security, Americanism, and Children and Youth. This is why we are eager to support the Trempealeau County Fair, the guests, and most importantly, the children and the youth. As you are enjoying the fair, I would like you to think about the hard work that the kids have put in raising animals, creating their special projects, or all the work that they have put together over the past year. They are building a resume for their future. They are the veterinarians, the nurses, the babysitters, the providers of the animal, the teachers, the earners, the sanitation workers, the record keepers, and they deserve our appreciation for all that they do to make this fair a success. These kids are going to have a great future. The kids couldn't have done it all by themselves. Don't forget to thank the parents, the mentors, all the volunteers who have helped to make this weekend a great success. Now, if you are a farmer or work on a farm, and if you are able, please stand. Got to be a couple out here. Awesome. We cannot do this stuff without you guys and gals that are out there working the farm every day. 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. You really make it happen. Well, that's all I got for you. I want to thank you for attending the opening ceremony. of the 2025 Trempealeau County Fair. Have a great fair.
Good evening. Once again, let's give Mr. Brian Liga a round of applause for organizing. So we have a few things for you tonight before we get to the end, the crowning of the 2025 Trempealeau County Fairest of the Fairs. So again, just a few quick thank yous to our board of directors that Mr. Liga mentioned and named off. This board is truly a special one. We go to Fair Convention in January, and a lot of the board's problems are ones that we've already surpassed. This is a group of 11 dedicated, passionate, and hardworking individuals. I feel so blessed and lucky to be a member of the board that volunteers their time and talents day after day for the success of this county fair. Lucas Tuska is floating around here. I think we're all gonna get shirts that say "Ask Lucas" on the back because he is a man that solves all of our problems. He handles ground operations and building rentals 12 months a year. And then we also have a part-time employee, Rick Black, that mows lawns seasonally for us. In the fair office, you'll see some friendly faces: Lynn Nelson, Alexi Hunter, and Sarah Birkin. Those three are phenomenal. They keep us all in line, keep us going, and do all of the projects that we come up with. Paige Subra is in the audience tonight. She works behind the scenes on our social media posts. And finally, our volunteers. We've said over and over that many hands make light work, and that's so true. We have had more people here at Fair Cleanup last Saturday than I've ever seen. We ran out of food again for our 4-H clubs, and it's just really awesome to see the support and the excitement. Our superintendents are doing awesome with technology that we've asked them to embrace and the changes we've made. And we have awesome groups volunteering at our gates that allow us to give back to the communities as well. In Ruby's Grill, in the grandstand events, and at the Rafters Bar. These are all volunteers that have stepped forward to work for the fair this week. So on behalf of the board, thank you so much. We couldn't do it without you. So next up on my agenda is going to be a presentation from the Trempealeau County 4-H program educator, Andrea Ripley Schleiss.
Good evening. How are we doing? Can you? Better? Do I need to talk louder? Okay. Perfect. Just checking, because I can hear me, but I can't tell if you can hear me. So, good evening. I'm happy everyone's here tonight. I'm happy we have good weather, but it's starting to sprinkle. So, us under the shelter, we might not feel it, but I'm super excited to be able to present some really great awards this evening. We have some very awesome recipients, but then we also are going to crown our Cloverbud Royalty. And normally we don't have people here for Cloverbud Royalty, so I prepped our kids and they are ready, but they're also our youngest members, so it's gonna be a good time. So first off, I wanna start with some of our big awards. So we have 2 that we're going to be presenting. One of them is our 4-H Key Award, a little background on it. This is the highest award that you can receive in 4-H. And normally we give it out to our really outstanding members. This member got nominated by her club, and she embodies everything that has to do with 4-H. She has grown to be a very strong leader and successful in her position. She's also, I've gotten to see this girl grow up for a little while through the program since I've been here for a while, and I've really seen her blossom into a young leader that I can be proud of as an educator, but I think we can all be proud of as a community because she's doing a great job. So I would like Morgan Shabilla to come up here. Can we give her another round of applause too for her awesome And then our next nomination, we received a Friend of 4-H award. I always send out nominations every year to all of our members, and this one I feel like was a pretty good one, so we're going to award it. This is a business local to the Independence area, and they have done a lot of great service towards our local club. I don't believe he's here, so we'll still present it anyway, and we can all talk to him about how he should have been here tonight, because I did email him. But Thomas Slaughter of S&S Wood Products has been a great supporter of 4-H, and we really appreciate his ability to allow us to show our animals. I've seen a couple signs around here that he has donated shavings to some of our exhibits. I mean, that's half the battle, getting here and then getting the shavings for our pens. So when we see Tom, let's make sure that we congratulate him on his 4-H award. And then if I can have my Cloverbud royalty members join me on stage. So, as they're walking up here, I'll give you guys a little background. Cloverbuds are our youngest members. So they are kindergarten through 2nd grade. They get to just participate in everything and learn a lot about 4-H. Because there's a lot of pieces of 4-H. I'm sure we all remember growing up. A lot of it is our livestock animals. But there's so much more. A lot of these buildings on the fairgrounds really step into what 4-H is and what kids do in it. So these are our youngest members. And I'm kind of proud of them. They're going to do a good job. So, as you can see, the ones that have crowns, these are our previous ones, and they're leading our youngest members. They're showing them what to do, and they've been good mentors so far. So what I'm going to do, mainly so that we remind them what we're doing, I'm going to ask them their name, their parents' name, their club, and then what they're excited to learn about as a 4-H Cloverbud royalty member. And your name?
My name is Oakland.
What are your parents' names?
Nick and Rima.
Which club are you in?
Extra Eagles.
And what are you most excited to learn about as a 4-H Cloverbud royalty member?
I'm excited to be a special part of the fair this year.
If we can give her a round of applause for doing that. What's your name?
Alice,
What are your parents' names?
Katie, and Adam.
What club are you in?
Extra Eagles.
And then what are you excited? What did you enjoy about being a Cloverbud royalty member this last year?
Probably going to all the parades.
Can we give her a round of applause? What's your name?
Scarlett,
What are your parents' names?
Katie, and Stephanie Walensky.
What club are you in?
Busy Bees 4-H.
And then what are you excited to learn about this year as a Cloverbud royalty member?
I love to share the fair with everybody.
Can we give Scarlett a round of applause? All right, what's your name?
Kylan,
What are your parents' names?
Mary Beth from Leicester.
What club are you in?
Extra Eagles.
And what did you enjoy the most about being a Cloverbud royalty member?
The Jerry Breakfast.
Can we give her a round of applause? And what is your name?
Josie.
What are your parents' names?
Kelly and Jason.
What club are you in?
Lincoln Pioneers.
And what did you enjoy the most about being a Cloverbud royalty member?
Being in parades.
Can we give her a round of applause? What is your name?
Anne,
What are your parents' names?
Missy, and Aaron.
What club are you in?
Like how happy and upset.
And what are you most excited to learn about as a 4-H royalty member?
Making new friends.
Good job. Can we give all of them a round of applause? As you can see, we were working on our public speaking just before this started, and I think they did a really good job. All right, so if you guys have questions about 4-H, you will see our lovely royalty members around the fair. Congratulate them and give them a round of applause too, but then also ask them about 4-H. Thank you.
I forgot to do part of my duty here. We wanted to thank the Trumpealeau County Fair for inviting the Legionnaires from our 8 posts, and we also want to make a $500 donation to the Trumpealeau County Fair.
Thank you, Ryan. We're a little ahead of schedule, but I see Tim Byam over there in the wings. So if it's okay, we'll go ahead and start our Hall of Fame portion of the presentation. Tim says I have to kill time.
Sing.
No one wants me to sing, Dennis. I can promise you that. Aaliyah, do you have the list of visiting royalty? Maybe we can take an opportunity to do that. So joining us here tonight are royalty from our surrounding communities. First up, if you would just stand and wave to the crowd, we have Miss Whitehall, Morgan Jarowski, and her attendants. We also have Miss Blair, Avery Hernandez, and her attendants. Miss Independence, Sophia Campa. Miss Ettrick, Mirabelle, and her attendants. Miss Galesville, Ave Grant, and her attendants. Miss Jackson County, Lauren Beck, and her attendants. And the Jackson County Fairest of the Fair, Franny Everson. Anyone I missed? All right, awesome. So I was prepared with a little material in case I had to kill time. Barky's laughing. So I just want to take a minute to talk about some of the improvements that we've done in the fairgrounds here in the last decade or so. We have a sponsorship program, and 14 years ago, when I got on the fair board, believe it or not, myself and Dennis Frame here in the front row and Kellen Nelson, we worked together to create a sponsorship program where we invited community members, businesses, fair supporters alike to contribute to the successes of the Trumpealeau County Fair. And so the first year we raised $10,000, the next year a little bit more, and so on and so forth. Here we are 14 years later. The number gets bigger and bigger every year, and every year I'm just amazed at the community support, and the giving and the gifts that this community does to support this fair. So we built the north bathrooms. That was probably our first big venture almost 10 years ago. We rebuilt a horse barn. We've upgraded the camper electrical and water service, and we continue to turn campers away. We realize and recognize that there's not a lot of other places to stay in Galesville, so camping is popular. Working to potentially expand that in the future so we don't have to turn away our northern fair exhibitors. An hour is a long way to travel every morning. We replaced the original co-op building and built this beautiful multi-purpose pavilion. We've done work to the youth exhibit building and completed the merchants building roof. And in 2023 was probably some of the biggest upgrades that we've seen. Work to the Farm Progress Arena that we now fondly refer to as the Wanek Progress Arena in the grandstand areas. Doubling the width of our track, allowing us to pull 2 tracks at one time, adding the announcer stand, office remodeling, and we are so thankful for the support of the community that allows us to make our visions reality. Last year, we remodeled the original parlor and built a new parlor within the dairy barn and created a fair store as well as a food stand there on the end of the track to serve those late night grandstand attendees. We've also added additional handicap parking, upgraded the horse arena. Here in the last week, we did some remodeling to our track over here to help it drain better, adding some drain tile, adding some clay and some lime to give us some harder surface. Along the way, like I said, we've added electrical, updated blacktopping around the grounds, LED lighting, roof projects, wash racks, you name it. And it's because of our fair sponsors and the attendance of you at the fair that allow us to continue to make these improvements. We really have something special here in Trumpealeau County and a lot to be proud of. How am I doing, Tim?
You're doing good. Tim said he'd sing.
Tim's gonna sing. Awesome. So next on our agenda, like I said, is our Hall of Fame Awards. And I don't want to steal their material, but led by 2 past presidents, Dennis Frame and Tim Byam. They were both on the board when I got on the board a long time ago. And they created and developed this Hall of Fame program. A way to recognize those that have given to the fair just in the last few years and those that have given for decades. So we are thankful because without these people, we wouldn't be here today either. So. I know they're just waiting for a few of their guests, so I apologize for our waiting here.
All right. Close to my mouth. Is that close enough?
What?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, like Sarah said, Dennis and I have been doing this for a while now, and I think it was a good addition to the fair. We're recognizing people past and present that have made an impact on this fair and really a lot of people's lives. So I think it's an important thing that we do each year, and we kind of have a loose, informal committee, basically Dennis and I, and then Jim Sabota is our consultant, because Jim remembers a lot of people from a couple of years ago, so he helps us out when we're trying to figure out, maybe some of these people from the past that we need to honor. And the ones currently helping out they're kind of the easy ones to figure that one out. Anyway, we are waiting for a couple people that are coming from a distance, so we're hoping they'll get here before too long. But we're going to start with, we have 2 volunteers of the year for this year, and so first we're going to start with Eric Ringling. So if Eric would want to come up front. Yeah. You're welcome to come up here or stay on the floor. I know we got a little help coming up, so maybe you want to just stay down there. Yeah.
Stand right there.
Yeah, stand right there. We get to roast him a little bit. So. And because I'm no longer a kid, I got to put these on, even if it's big print. So, anyway, Eric Ringling grew up in, I would have said tough, but apparently it's Toothcooey in the town of Pigeon. His parents, Kenneth and Gudrun, Goody as most of us call her, raised 3 children on a 300-acre, 50-cow dairy farm. Eric has early fair memories of being that little kid that had to hang out with the older kids in the dairy barn. He couldn't wait for his turn to show and take his place in the outdoor show ring. As a member of the Pigeon Flyers 4-H Club, he exhibited in woodworking, dairy, and beef. He has fond memories of his brother Stephen riding on the back of his dairy steer named Jerry in the Sunday parade in front of the grandstand. I'm sure a lot of us have been around for a while, remember that parade. In 1979, he delivered twin heifer calves in his high school baseball uniform as Whitehall High School was in the sectional finals being played at the GET High School. This is a true story because I was at the fair and I was also at the baseball game. And Eric actually threw a pretty nasty knuckleball that looked like a balloon coming in, and then all of a sudden it would be on the ground. But anyway, so he told me today they did not win the sectional final. Eric started volunteering as a superintendent many years ago, supervising in the junior woodworking and mechanical science classes. Eric would like to thank the Fair Board for the chance to help encourage our youth to be creative. Eric currently supervises junior woodworking, but is always available to help with setting up or giving advice. He truly believes that we should always be encouraging our youth to create. Eric is often heard saying on Fair Sunday, remember, you can start your projects for next year tomorrow. So Eric is a volunteer for the Hale and Hardy 4-H Club, assisting in group woodworking and craft projects. Eric lives in Pigeon Falls in the house where his father grew up. He has 4 children and 3 grandchildren, a member of the Peace Lutheran Church of Pigeon Falls, and has been a member of the church choir for over 50 years. Eric is a charter member of the Stout-Hearted Men, which I'm sure many of you have heard. He also drives shuttle for Whitehall High School and the Trempealeau Valley Cooperative, and has a substitute teacher's license. In his spare time, Eric is a groundskeeper for the Pigeon Creek Cemetery Association. He is a 1980 graduate of Whitehall Memorial High School and a 1985 alumni of Luther College in Decorah, Iowa. Eric enjoys hunting, fishing, creating wood crafts, and watching his son Ethan play fast pitch softball. And now a little special part of this, we're going to invite Goody, Eric's mom, to come up and present Eric with his award. So please give Goody a round of applause. Goody was an award winner a few years ago, so we have a mother and son.
Several hundred?
A couple hundred, he said. So anyway, I'm going to give her the mic.
Thank you, Dad. Well, I get a mic in my hand and I have to say something. You know, being a volunteer, you're you don't always get a thank you. But Eric got a nice thank you at club. And he's always helping some way or the other on the farm, at the community, 4-H, and whatever. And like my daughter said, yep, if he didn't volunteer, Ma did for him. So, there's a lot of good things about that. If Ma volunteers you, then you can keep on. And volunteers have a good feeling. At least I always did. A feeling that you can't explain. If you plan a location or a get-together and everything goes fine and you get those smiles, and that's when you feel the love, like they say. That's when you feel really good, that everything worked out. And I can't help but remember back in the olden days when I was here, maybe 70 years ago, when I was showing cattle. And my dad was a dairy leader, along with Kenneth Johnson, if ever anybody knows Kenneth Johnson. And they went to the different dairy members, and we had a lot of them in Pigeon Flyers. And they trimmed the hoofs and made sure the clippings was right and lined up the transportation for the cattle. We didn't have no trailers in those days. It was a Don Lackley's truck, and he made 3 trips to the fair in the morning with the cattle. Okay, so then their cattle are all there, the kids are all there, and it's quiet, waiting for the judging. And if you know Kenneth Johnson, well, anyway, he said, Joseph, I think it's time for us to go to the 4-H food stand and have a fry cake and a cup of coffee. And that's how they felt. They felt so good that they could have a fry cake and a cup of coffee. So all you kids out there and everybody else, keep on making the best better.
Here, take this with you. I'm going to do 2 things. Keep an eye on Sabona. All right, for those who don't know me, I'm Dennis Frame. As Sarah so nicely said, when you get to be an old past president, you never go away. They just wish you would. So there you go, Sarah. We're still sticking around. Congratulations. You guys have really done a phenomenal job. I remember when we started the sponsorship program, when we hit 25 grand, I thought, wow, we got her made. We've really kicked this thing in. You guys have done a great job. And based on Goodies talk, every one of you should think about getting on the fair board. It's not about the money, it's about feeling good. I mean, this lady here is 60 years old and it's keeping her young. Look how young she looks. Get on the fair board and, not quite that old, get on the fair board and stay young. All right, 2 things I want to say. Number 1 is that on the front of the fair book every year, the fair board dedicates, they have a fair book dedication. This year's fair book dedication was to the French Cloverleaf 4-H Club. I don't know how many of you read it, but it's important. They've had a very interesting past 100 years. They've had a lot of different leaders, and their club has kept going. For those of you who grew up with 4-H,
It's hard to keep clubs going. It's hard to keep that enthusiasm. I know we're in Hale and Hardy, but there's been a lot of clubs come and go. We really appreciate these clubs like French Cloverleaf for really sticking with it and keeping people active. That's really important. All right, next volunteer award. Is Sue Bynum here? Roger, is your wife around here? Our next volunteer of the year is Sue Bynum. I'd like you to all give her a set of applause as she comes up. Sue, do you want to come all the way on stage, or do you want to sit? Yeah, you just rush up here with us. It's hard to overstate how important volunteers are to a thriving community. Whether the county fair, cultural center, school events, or other countless activities that support our communities, volunteers are at the heart of their success. And the best of the volunteers bring joy, love, and open arms to the work they do, no matter what that project is. Tonight, we honor one of the extraordinary, joyful, loving, and caring volunteers in our county fair family. Before we go too far, Tim and I don't write these write-ups. Someone really special to the family writes these. You, I assume, know who wrote this one up. But I think it's really important for us because we get to see what people, how your family feels about you. It's really pretty cool. We're delighted to recognize Sue Bynum with our 2025 Volunteer of the Year Award. Sue was born in Rib Lake, Wisconsin and graduated from the Greenwood High School. Greenwood, all right. She attended UW Marshfield, then transferred to UW Stout, where she graduated a degree in art education. Sandy Rabdom, our Volunteer of the Year from 2023, introduced Sue to Roger. Ooh, way to go, Roger. Lucky, lucky, lucky. And they quickly fell in love and started their family. They lived and worked on a family farm while raising 3 kids, Clara, Eric, and Seth. As the kids became involved with 4-H, church activities, and the FFA programs, there was no shortage of volunteer and leadership opportunities which Sue took on. She was a volunteer with the Glasgow Hardee's Creek Busy Bee 4-H Club, countywide 4-H events. She served as a Clover Bud and Explorer leaders for the last at least 15 years, the Arts and Crafts leaders for at least 9 years, drawing and painting project leaders for at least 6 years. You notice a trend here? Because nobody really remembers the exact numbers, so it's like, I know it was that, but it could have been more. I just don't know how much more. People ask me that, I'm exactly the same way. She's been a foods review leader for at least 2 years, and over the years she served as a superintendent for baking, foods, and food review, drawing and painting, open class sewing and clothing, and open class woodworking departments at the county fair. That it? Yeah, I think so. Seems like pretty much all of it. She's also contributed countless hours of volunteer work alongside her kids in 4-H and FFA, including the 4-H food stand, the FFS ice cream shifts at the county fair. She and Roger were also honored in 2013 by the GET FFA chapter with the honorary chapter degree, surely in no small part for their volunteer work in her most local community, the Glasgow Hardy Creek community. She's been head of the ladies and education departments for the community center and corn show. She directed the children's program. At the Hardee's Creek Lutheran Church, she was a Sunday school co-superintendent and teacher. She was a vacation Bible school leader, a Lutheran League advisor, a coordinator for service trips over the decades. Working our way into town. This just keeps going on, doesn't it? Working our way into town in Galesville, she has been a longtime supporter of the Old Main Cultural Center and serves as the visual arts coordinator. In the broader GTE area, she's been organizer for the Ettrick Elementary Environmental Day program, painted countless sets for musicals and dramas, and runs the Trempealeau Community Summer Lunch Program and volunteers at the public library. It's no wonder that she was honored with the Ashley for the Arts Humanitarian Award. You may be thinking, well, that sounds like a full-time schedule. But she did all this while working for 22 years as K-5 art teacher in GET School District, and this year she's retiring from teaching. Congratulations. Give her a round of applause for her teaching. It says you're retiring from teaching, although you'll likely keep teaching summer school. She's looking forward to spending time with her grandkids and focusing on her own stained glass artwork. Please join Tim and I and the entire Fair Board in congratulating Sue Byam as we honor her as 2025 Volunteer of the Year.
Thank you.
All right, we have one more award left.
Yes. Go for it.
So part of this was our Hall of Fame award that we just created at the same time recognizing these volunteers. And each year, you know, it's probably not a hard job to do this, but you got to sort through some things and find out some information from people that maybe are no longer with us. It's a lot more fun to do it when they are, but this year our honorees are Arnie and Victoria Hansen from the Pigeon Falls area. I'm going to call on Carol, their daughter. She's going to come up and read a little tribute, and your sisters are here, I believe. So whoever wants to come up front, please do. So please give them a warm round of applause.
Thank you very much. I'm Carol Hansen, I'm the baby. This is my sister Mary Karen Hansen Nelson, and this is my sister Margot Hansen Ostrow. And we have other family members here. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. There's 4 grandchildren, if they would stand up, and a spouse is here, so they're Christoph, Carla, Al, and Sue, and Todd. And then they have 4 great-grandkids here tonight. So if they'd stand up quick. The 4 great-grandkids, there he is. Arnie and Victoria Hansen were general leaders for the Hale and Hardy 4-H Club for more than 30 years. Arnie was on the Trempealeau County Fair Board for many, many years, and was instrumental in bringing the demolition derby to the fair. Victoria was always at the fair bringing extra food for kids and always a picnic for the family. She was there to lend a helping hand with anything or anyone that needed it. By the end of each fair, they were as exhausted as their children and later their grandchildren. Victoria and Arnie hosted many 4-H ice cream socials, club tours, officers' meetings, and project meetings in their home. Victoria helped with food demonstrations, record books. I hear they don't do those now. Barn decorations for the fair, and did many behind-the-scenes activities for 4-H. They were involved in the music performances as well as the drama events. Though they weren't the coaches for these things, they helped with costumes, props, and transporting kids. They encouraged their children, grandchildren, and other 4-H members to get involved with the speaking contest, as they knew these activities would benefit the kids throughout their lives. Raising 4 children that were all active 4-H members and carrying on the tradition with some of the grandkids attending the fair kept them busy. Both Arnie and Victoria were involved in many ways in their church and community in Pigeon Falls, and earlier with the rural Caswell school community. Victoria taught elementary school throughout her career, and Arnie was a dairy farmer and was active on many boards, such as Farm Bureau and the Pigeon Falls Creamery Board. Victoria was Mrs. Farm Bureau and proudly represented the farm community in various parades throughout the area. Their farm was open to many visitors from near and far throughout their lives. They hosted 4-H members from other states that came to visit beautiful Trempealeau County. The farm was one that the city relatives and friends came to visit to get a taste of the farm life. Everyone liked it so much they came back many times for farm visits. There was one summer when there were only 14 nights that they didn't have overnight company from the time Victoria was done with school in the spring until she started school in the fall. Many of those visitors attended and loved the Trempealeau County Fair. The Hanson family wants to thank the committee for recognizing our parents and inducting them into the Trempealeau County Fair Hall of Fame. Thank you very much. There's 2 sons-in-law are here too, Gary and Bruce, sorry. They're here somewhere. Stand up, guys.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay. Yeah. So we gotta go ahead.
So what we did today is we asked an old timer if he could tell us some of the reflections, because this gentleman here was on the Trempealeau County Farm Bureau with Arnie, and he was on the fair board. He says he started when he was 3, but he was a lot older than that. But he said he had some thoughts on this and wanted to say. So Jen, you want to say something about the family?
I knew Arnie a pretty long time, and it started with being in 4-H. And I was in 4-H from when I was 10 or 11, and I wasn't able to talk too much. I was shy. It has changed, but after I got going and I in 4-H and showing animals, I did encounter lots of girls in 4-H. And I got to know many of them, and I liked that. And I was in junior leaders, and I remember, and you can't do it today, I had a hay rack, and with Ray Shanklin, we went for a hayride up the valley and over the hill to a spot known as Newcomb Valley Tavern, but we just went past that and came up. I had a tractor that had enough lights on, and it was a small tractor, so it didn't take a lot of gas. It took us a while. I had fond memories of that because Arnie would have been the guy to really ham it up. And I enjoyed that. If I could let him, I could tease him for more. Then, other than that, I had gotten to know Carol a little bit. And she was a mad as a hatter half of the time. And because she was a volleyball coach in West Salem. It was a terrible place to be for Arcadia's teams. But she was an excellent volleyball coach also. And then when she quit there, God, I thought, man, gosh, we could use her in Arcadia. But that never happened. She still became another foe for Arcadia. But I do remember all these girls and when they were younger. Oh, yeah. But that was, I don't have it. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. So what I took out of Jim's talk is that if you want to be a 4-H agent that no one forgets, take your 4-H kids to the Newcomb Valley Bar, and they'll be talking about it for years to come. Tim, what we've done last year from now on is instead of giving plaques to people, we give you a, what do you call it? Oh, Tim, please don't drop them all. Oh, I see that. We give each one of them a sun catcher that they can put in their windows. I don't know what you all think, but for some of us, we have a ton of old plaques around, and it's just nicer to have something that you can see every day. Hopefully they remind you of your parents and what a wonderful job they've done and how much we appreciate it. So I want to thank everybody for being for the Hall of Fame Awards. Thank you very much. Your parents were very important. Thank you much, ladies. Sarah, the program here.
Couple more. Well, I could tell a couple of stories about Arnie.
How about the girls?
Well, that's why I'm going to give them a chance. Just say a couple words if you want to.
Well, I just would like to thank everyone for coming and attending. I stayed at the fair from Thursday till Sunday in the old dorm with one running cold water faucet, one little sink, and outhouses out back. You can imagine how clean I was when I went home on Sunday. But many, many good memories, lots of volunteers that made 4-H wonderful, and something I actually met my husband because of 4-H, so it's been good to me.
Thank you very much. Yes, we have memories of this fair that are endless. The thing is, it doesn't look at all like it looked when we were in 4-H. It's much more modern. Bathrooms, unheard of. You can imagine what the outhouse was like by probably Friday afternoon, and we had to go in there till Sunday. So thank you very much for the honor for our parents. We appreciate it, and continue the good work.
Thank you again. That concludes our portion of the program. Thank you all for coming and being a part of it. Volunteers are the heart and soul of any county fair, but the people we honor tonight just exemplify that. So thank you to all of you that do that, and we're always looking for more volunteers. I think, Sue, you probably need one more thing on your resume, fair board member. So.
Thank you, Tim and Dennis, for continuing these honors and awards, because it's awesome to recognize these people that mostly work behind the scenes, right? And they never get the credit that they deserve. And Margot, do I have it right? You were the very first Trumpealeau County Fair Queen. Yes, she was. Give her a round of applause back there. Did Goody sneak away? I'm pretty sure Goody checked in my Cloverbud entries in the Cloverbud building way back when. And Sue was talking about her stained glass art. We made stained glass one time as a 4-H project. Art is not for me, she would probably agree. Okay, at this time, I will dismiss our Fairest candidates to line up in the back of the pavilion. And then we will have our current Fairest in attendance to the stage. So coming up the ramp, we have 2024 Fairest of the Fair Kinley Anderson, first attendant and Miss Congeniality Brenna Gaplin, second attendant Morgan Shabilla. This year, we had 7 girls that interviewed for the position of Trumpealeau County Fairest of the Fair. The contestants participated in a group interview and an individual interview. Applicants were evaluated by a panel of 3 judges on their application, poise, communication skills, fair knowledge, and overall presentation. The Trumpealeau County Fairest of the Fair is a traveling representative of the Trumpealeau County Fair for 1 year, and if eligible, will compete in January of 2027 for the title of Wisconsin Fairest of the Fairs. Let's take a moment to introduce our judges. First up, Kaden Daggett. Are you here, Kaden? I know she had a big job today with flowers and houseplants. Kaden brings a lifetime of fair experience and community spirit to this year's judging panel. A proud alum of the Hale and Hardy 4-H Club, Kaden grew up showing dairy crafts, arts and crafts, flowers, and houseplants as the Trumpealeau County Fair. She was the 2015 Trumpealeau County Fairest of the Fair and now works as a 4th grade teacher in Black River Falls. Kaden continues to give back to the fair as a junior flower and houseplants superintendent. Let's give Kaden a round of applause. Our second judge was Marilyn Whalen. Marilyn has been a dedicated supporter of the Trumpealeau County Fair for many years, serving as a Fair Board member for 9 and a 4-H leader for 7. Marilyn and her family have exhibited at the fair across generations, and she proudly escorted her own daughter during her time as Trempealeau County Fairest of the Fair. Today, Marilyn works as an agronomy advisor for Allied Cooperative and continues to share her passion for agriculture. Let's give Marilyn a round of applause. And finally, my brother, Ben Henderson, no stranger to the Trempealeau County Fair. A former 4-H member of the Glasgow Hardy's Creek Busy Bees, Ben spent his youth exhibiting swine, beef, woodworking, and more at the fair each summer. Today, he plays a vital role behind the scenes, dedicating countless hours to preparing the fairgrounds for the best 5 days of summer. Alongside his wife, Brittany, Ben owns and milks cows at Henderson Way Dairy, where they're raising their 2 young sons, Landon and Tucker, and instilling in them a deep appreciation for agriculture and community. Let's give Ben a big thank you. At this time, we are going to introduce the candidates to you. If you three want to just slide this way. So I'm going to introduce them by contestant number. So contestant number 1 is Madison Grochon.
Hi, my name is Madison Grochon, and I am the daughter of Jessica and Derek Grochon. My escort is my father, Derek Grochon. And I want to say a huge thank you to my sponsor, G&G Customs, for all of your support. My favorite part of the Trempealeau County Fair is the Gymkhana Horse Show and seeing everyone from the community come together and support everyone.
Thank you, Madison. If you and Derek want to slide that way. Contestant number 2 is Katie Erickson.
Thank you all for coming. My name is Katie Erickson, the daughter of Valerie Erickson. I am sponsored by Smicker Trucking and escorted by Bob Smicker. My favorite part of the fair is the demos and the milkshakes.
Thank you, Katie. Contestant number 3, Emmy Susek.
Hi, my name is Emmy Susik. My parents are Jeff and Stacy Susik. My escort tonight is my dad, and my sponsor is Ossie Fairchild FFA. And my favorite part about the Trempealeau County Fair is the demolition derby.
Thank you, Emmy. Contestant number 4, Catherine Kampa.
Hello everyone, my name is Catherine Kampa. I am the daughter of Scott and Holly Kampa, and my sponsor is Connie and Bill Guza of Guza Valley Farms, and my escort is my dad, Scott Kampa.
My favorite part about the fair is showing beef cattle and meeting all new people.
Thank you, Catherine. Contestant number 5, Olivia Matchie.
Hi, my name is Olivia Matchie. I'm the daughter of Joe and Sarah Matchie. My escort is Joe Matchie. Thank you to my sponsor, Brad and Lacey Sonnentag of Hay Creek Speckle Park, and my favorite part about the fair is showing my beef cattle. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. Contestant number 6, Paige Nygaard.
Hello, my name is Paige Nygaard. I am the daughter of Mike and Sherry Nygaard. My escort is Neil Birkin, who is also my sponsor, Burcrest Dairies. And my favorite part of the fair is probably the milkshakes.
Contestant number 7, Jaslyn Olson.
Hi, my name is Jaslyn Olson. I'm the daughter of Judy and Jason Olson. My escort tonight was my dad, Jason Olson, and my sponsor was Westford Electric. My favorite part of the fair would be showing my dairy cattle.
One more round of applause for these awesome 7 candidates. So during the interview, the girls voted for Miss Congeniality. Miss Congeniality has an outgoing personality, is welcoming, warm, and friendly. At this time, Brenna, if you'd like to grab the sash, I will open the envelope and read off our 2025 Miss Congeniality. Our Miss Congeniality is Catherine Campa. All right, congratulations, Catherine. If you and your escorts would like to return to the seats, we will bring you back up here in a little while. You can take the ramp down. At this time, we will invite Kinley, Brenna, and Morgan to share a few words about their year as Fairest.
Hello everybody, I'm Kinley Anderson. I'm the 2024 Fairest of the Fair. Firstly, I would like to thank my family for supporting me through everything, not just this incredible journey as Fairest. I want to thank my mom, Nana, and Angie for helping me prepare for the interviews which made this all possible. I want to thank my dad for pulling the floats when he needed me to, or when I needed him to in his busy schedule. I want to thank both my parents for helping me become the person I am and always pushing me to do the things to improve myself, such as this program. I want to thank my sister Haley, brother Griffin, Hunter, and Tanner for always bringing out the best in me. I also want to thank the community for making my reign as the fairest of the fair such an incredible experience and big impact on my life. Going to every event and parade always pushed me out of my shell and grew me into a more extroverted person. I want to thank Aaliyah and Alexi Hunter for being the rock of this program and continuing to make it grow so other young girls can be a part of this amazing group. Thank you to the Fair Board and all of those running the Trempealeau County Fair throughout the whole entire year, not just this crazy fair week. Last but not least, I want to thank the two girls beside me. These girls have made the 100-degree parades to the snowing parade in Osseo all worth it. I will forever cherish the memories we made throughout the 2024 fair and each time riding on a float. Brenna, you've always been my friend during the fair, especially when we both figured out our love for cotton candy. But when she started showing sheep, we just grew closer, even though sometimes she usually beats me. Her bubbly energy always lights up the room and makes it so easy to get along with. I was so fortunate to meet Morgan through this program, and we have formed such a great friendship. My time spent with you has had many laughs and deep conversations. Morgan always makes everyone around her feel heard. She always makes me feel like I can be myself around her with no judgment. Throughout our reign on the fair court, I can say with full confidence we used it to our best abilities to make each other better people. These friendships show directly through the person I am today. As we move away from each other, I hope you girls can look back at the Trempealeau County Fair and carry the memories and lessons over to your next journeys in life. Keep being amazing. With my heartfelt gratitude, thank you all for making this journey so awesome. This is Kinley Anderson, your 2024 Fairest of the Fair, signing off for the very last time.
Hi guys, my name is Brenna Goffling, your 2024 first attendant in Miss Congeniality. I would like to thank all of our parents for pulling all the floats in whatever circumstance it called for. These girls have made this year great, and yeah, I just had a great year. So thanks, guys.
I'm Morgan Chabella, your second attendant, and I don't know, first of all, these girls have made it worth it. Like she said, the 100-degree parades, the freezing ones, you made it just a great experience. And our parents for pulling, that was, it was amazing. And the Fair Board for making it possible.
So this upcoming January, Kinley will have the opportunity to attend the Wisconsin State Fairs Convention and run for State Fairest of the Fair. So we wish Kinley the best of luck on this opportunity. Give these three one last round of applause. Oh yeah, you want to come up here? Okay, at this time, I will invite just the 7 candidates to come back on the stage. Madison, if you want to lead the charge up here up the ramp. Can you believe it? Barky just asked me who won. And I said, I don't know. They don't tell me. They're in these sealed envelopes, Barky. It's a surprise. Okay, so we will start with the third attendant, and we will conclude with your fairest. Better open the right envelope. How are we doing back here, girls? Anyone nervous? I am. Dennis is nervous. Your third attendant of the Trempealeau County Fairest of the Fair is Jaslyn Olson. You want to step forward, Jaslyn? Congratulations. Yeah, Brenna, no cheating back here. And your second attendant. Second attendant is Madison Grochon. Congratulations, Madison. Very nice, girls, very nice. Okay, your 2025 Fairest of the Fair first attendant is Miss Catherine Kampa. Congratulations, Catherine. Catherine, is it your twin sister that's Miss Independence? How is Scott gonna pull both floats at the same time? Like one after the other, or what's the plan here? Piggyback. All right, perfect. We got a little time, right? So I want to take a minute to recognize the Fairest Committee. So head of the honchos here is Miss Aaliyah Hunter in the back. Previous Fairest of the Fair, top 5 candidate at Wisconsin State Fairest contest. Her sister Alexi over in the wings, hiding from me. Oh, there she is. And then we have Miss Sarah Birkin. She's around. Oh, right here in the center. And then the retirees, me, and Miss Jada Gaplin in the back. Jada's put many years into this program too, so give them all a round of applause. You know, Dennis, when we got on this Fairest committee, they used to go out to eat once a month. Yeah, we haven't, Brad Gaplin was supposed to be taking us out to eat. We haven't done that in months, years maybe.
We did.
Give him the shaft. I think I've made him nervous enough, don't you think? Okay, one joke.
Okay, ready guys? Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Moo! Okay, time to focus here. Last but not least, our 2025 Trumpealeau County Fairest of the Fair. Marky. Miss Olivia Matchy. Congratulations. Okay, before anyone storms the stage, we gotta get a few official pictures. Then we'll take some past and present royalty photos and then visiting royalty, okay? Thank you all for coming. Please join us over for Wine Wednesday and the Rhythm Playboys in the beer garden following this. And I hope we have a great fair. Thank you, everyone.